So, my brother thought I should tell you a story about when I was living in Korea. But to tell the story he wants me to tell, I gotta tell another story. Also, excuse my hair, my son took my pick out my car, so hair's a mess. Anyway, got married, and about a month later, we moved to South Korea, my wife and I. We're teaching English, and I'm playing music, joined the band, a bunch of expats and everything. Hey man, what's happening? How you doing?
I ain't seen them boys in a while.
Yeah, I've been around. You take it easy.
Hey man, you still my homeboy?
Still your homeboy, man. Still your homeboy.
Hey man,
I gotta get to
remember
work.
Doug in the old wheelchair, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Man, he crazy still, isn't
I reckon. I haven't seen him in a long time.
he? Hey, what about old Ivan?
Ivan?
The one with no legs.
Man, I think you might have me confused with somebody else. I don't know anybody named Ivan. But anyway, man, I gotta get to
Probably
work.
know him if you've seen him, right?
Maybe so. You take it easy.
I'll talk to you later, right?
All right, man. So, anyway, we moved to South Korea, and things are going pretty well. Like I said, I was playing music, teaching English, and ended up teaching a little music also. Joined the band, a bunch of expats, foreigners. Played on TV, which may sound cool, but isn't that big of a deal over there. If you're not from Korea, it's pretty easy to get on TV over there. So, I get a motorcycle, a real motorcycle, not a moped, a real motorcycle. And about 8 months in, or maybe 7 months in or so, I get in the wreck. I'm driving down a hill. I'm driving down a hill, and there's a milk truck coming 2 lanes over. I'm over here, and he comes over 2 lanes, and I saw it coming. And the first thing I thought was, I'm never gonna be able to see my baby. We had just found out about a week before my wife was pregnant. And so it's like, okay, I'm never gonna see the baby. I'm gonna die. I get hit by the truck, and I had some friends I rode with. Not at that time, I was headed to work that time, but they would always make fun of me because I wore a full face helmet and I drove a cruiser motorcycle, not a crotch rocket. They just have the head pans, or the brain pans, whatever you want to call it. But I wore the full helmet. And sure enough, later on when I looked at that helmet, like the whole side of the face just had asphalt dug into it. And so that helmet definitely saved my life. But anyway, it took me to a hospital. And the hospital was very 1970s. I don't know, maybe Vietnam War kind of hospital you see on that old show MASH. There were like 12 or 16 men in my room, lined up across the wall. They kept the temperature around 70 degrees. Excuse me, they kept the temperature around 80 degrees. They said 80, I was like, why is it so hot? They said the heat helps kill stuff. And I was like, oh my goodness. The first day I was there, I was in a wheelchair, so I couldn't get around very well. I couldn't walk at all. They brought me some food, gave me chopsticks and a spoon and some food. And so I ate the food, and they came back and took the plate away, and I tried to give them the chopsticks and the spoon. It's like, no, you keep. I was like, oh, I keep. Okay. Well, so I tried to go to the bathroom and wash it. There's no soap in the bathroom. I was there for about 4 or 5 days, and there was no soap the whole time. I had to get friends to bring me soap, and my wife to bring me soap and other stuff. And like the 4th night or 5th night, I was like, I'm tired of this. I got in my wheelchair, called my wife, and rolled out the hospital and got in a taxi and went home. And they called me. They called me, you got to get back to the hospital. You can't just leave. I was like, I could just leave. I need some clean stuff or whatever. And my wife is pregnant. A couple weeks later, I'm walking again. Thank God I'm not paralyzed or anything like that. I'm walking, and we go get her first checkup. And her first checkup is at a hospital across the street. And if that hospital looked like it was in the 1970s, This hospital looked like it was in 2050. It looked amazing. Like there was no corners. They had everything curved and smooth and just all this amazing stuff. They brought her tea, and we didn't even go back to her room. They had a nice little lobby part for the pregnant one. Went out there, and the doctor rolled out this sonogram. Looked like I never seen before. It's all curves and barely even touched my wife with it. It's like, oh, it's the baby, blah blah blah. Everything's good and this, and rubbed the feet and everything. It was like like she was at a spa and not a hospital. And I'm thinking about I'm in the hospital across the street, and it made such a big difference that I went to that hospital and she went to this hospital. It's just funny. But that hospital, my rec ended up showing that, or revealing rather, that the school we worked for had planned to try to keep us in the country longer than our contract. I think we were supposed to leave in October, and they didn't want us to leave to the following year. And so when I had to go make a police report and everything about it, the principal of the school I worked for went with me, and she's like, no, they're not leaving till then. And I was like, oh. And so we found out that they're trying to keep us in the country and everything. And that's the story my brother wanted me to tell. And I will tell that story next time, because we're already at like 6 minutes, thanks to Ivan's friend back there who thought he knew me.